Hello, good morning. It's early, I know. How is everybody? Yesterday I was turning a bowl that's sitting right over there. Got another coat of polyurethane on. I'd probably put another one later on when that dries. But it's coming along pretty good. Some of you were here, some of you weren't, but either way. It's 3:11 a.m. in the morning in Phoenix, Arizona, and I didn't sleep again very well last night, so I been up for a while, then I laid down for a little while. I'm back up again. I thought I'd go ahead and turn this little canary 4 pieces glued together and see what happens. I'm gonna make a little candle holder. So anyhow, a lot of people were watching me yesterday morning. I was there again. I was here about the same time yesterday. And so, well, who is in here? Well. A few people are popping in and popping out. Hey, how you doing? From New Mexico. Great. Glad to have you. People are chiming in, chiming out. That's what they do first thing in the morning. Everybody kind of pops in, pops out. But say hi, at least let me know where you're from. I'm from Phoenix. My name's Ed. I'm just going to make a little item here. It's not going to take long. Yeah, cheers from New Mexico. Awesome. Yeah, a lot of people are popping in, popping out. But either way, I'm here. I'm not going to pop out until I'm done. It won't take long, like I said. I save these little pieces that were kind of like a triangle. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 little pieces glued together. And then I put the 2 together that were glued together here. And then I put this, so it's going to be a little candle holder. I'll bore it out and pop this in there, and then it'll be recessed in here. Recess right here. I froze up for a second, looks like, so I guess I'm back. But yeah, it's gonna go in there. Voila. Me, I tell you, it's about 71 degrees outside. It's gonna be about 98 degrees here in Phoenix today at the high. But okay, well, looks like one person is hanging in there with me, I guess, and I should put my glasses on so I can see what's going on. Efro 1986. Hobbs, New Mexico. Cheers. Okay. Very good. I like to meet new people. There again, I'm Ed, and I'm just going to turn this little thing on the lathe. It won't take long. So I'm going to go ahead and probably get going. So if you got me questions, I won't be able to answer until I stop. And so if anybody else turns stuff on the lathe, maybe they can help you out with some questions that you might have until I get to see it. So hang in there. Hopefully it won't fall apart on me. guess I'm in and out of connection, looks like. Well, a couple people. Hey. Good morning, Lawrence. How you doing, bud? And there's a couple other people here. Cool Hand, I think. How you doing? I'm here. I'm kind of going against the grain on this because of the way it's glued up. It's just some remnant pieces I stuck together, and I'm hoping for the best. Let's see what happens. Hope it don't blow apart on me. It does happen once in a while, but I think my tools, I need to probably go put an edge on real quick. Should have done that earlier. What happened to the baby Kisma? I don't know what that's all about, but either way. We were into craftsmanship here and woodworking and stuff. That's our content here. I'm doing good. Well, you're going to work already. Well, good for you because it's 3:19 a.m. in the Arizona morning. Crazy. Get ready to go to work. What kind of work do you do? You mind me asking? Few people are popping in and popping out. That's pretty common when you have a live. People, but yeah. Let me get my eyes on so I can see. Yeah, let's talk for a minute. I'm just getting started. It's early yet. Julian, how you doing? Welcome. Headed to work, huh, Lawrence? Well, there's another one that popped in, popped out probably. Forklift driver, awesome. Unload trucks and trains. That's very a lot of responsibility there, so you don't ever drop something or damage something with the forklift. You must be really good at it. You know, I had to use a forklift when I worked in a lumber yard at one time many years ago, stacking lumber. So I know what it's all about. That's a lot of work, a lot of responsibility. You know, lifting big things and making sure nobody gets hurt and damaged and whatnot, and other things that get damaged. So yeah, be careful. Jackie, how you doing? If you're here, Jackie Hayes, 64. How you doing? And then there's another one here. Like I said, they pop in, pop out, so it's hard to beat in on a lot of people. But welcome if you're new here. I'm just making something small here. I hope I'm going against the grain big time on this. So let's just see what happens. Chipping away. So let me go sharpen up my tools a little bit. I should have done that before I got started. You only been there 3 years, huh? Aren't you the one that lives in Schenectady? I had talked to so many people yesterday, and yeah, I'm certified. I do have a certification for forklift, but it's been back in '94. No, excuse me, probably about 1990. Excuse. I worked at a place where I had to be certified, and I did get certified, so I do have my certification. Yeah. Okay. All right. I make sure I had the right guy. Because I was talking to a guy named Joey, then right after that, I was talking to you, and I was wanting to make sure I didn't get you mixed up. So yeah, awesome. Yeah, Schenectady, nice little town. Gets cold there. My son said, yeah, it was really cold last year. You were born in '92. I've got a son that was born in '89. My girls were born in 1991. My twins. Awesome. Well, you're getting old, dude. Hey, not as old as me, though. I got a guitar older than you that I bought brand new in 1972, but it's probably about a 70 model guitar because they only made that guitar from 69 to 71, I think, that I have. Very cold in the winter here. Yeah, I know. My son gets crazy snow there, obviously, and you know about all that, but I couldn't do it. I don't do cold. That's why I like it here in Arizona. Were you born in Schenectady? Or are you a transplant? Oh, okay. You looked up okay for 280. You know, I can't remember what I paid for mine, but I ordered mine through Home Depot, I believe it was. Yeah, Home Depot. I got my lathe, and born and raised Schenectady. Hey, do you know, you've probably seen this guy. I don't know whereabouts in Schenectady you live, but there's a guy named Paul that walks around a lot. Big guy, really friendly, people person, but he's got some kind of little disability. But he's a nice guy, you know, and he does go to work somewhere. I can't recall, but he visits with my son all the time because he walks around. He stops and talks to my son when my son sits outside. So his name is Paul. That's all I know. Big, pretty big guy, and like I said, you might know him if you live close to that hospital where he walks around a lot. He don't drive, you know, but he just walks a lot. So I was just wondering if you knew Paul. You would know him if you ever met him. He's a character. I like the guy. Hmm. Foster, live on Foster by Union College. Okay, I'm not familiar with that, but because I only go there and hang out with my son, and we drive around a little bit, go to Walmart, go to Lowe's, and get stuff, and then been back again, and we don't. But yeah, I don't, you know the area real well. I kind of can get around a little bit when I have to drive by myself to go get something if my son doesn't want to go. But um, yeah, you know Paul. His name is Paul. If you see a big guy walking around a lot, close to the hospital area, uh, he's a nice guy. Yeah, I just thought maybe you might know who he was. Well, let me go sharpen my tools a little bit, and because I think they're a little dull. Ow, maybe not. Be right back. Hang on. Yeah, okay, maybe this will be better. Anyway, I don't think he did. I think he works at some place where they bottle things up or something. He's I'm assuming he still works there. It's been a couple of years since I've been there because of the COVID thing, and they don't let people travel now, and especially in New York, they're so confined now. They've got people under the gun with all this nonsense, and but anyways, but I don't know if he worked for Hess gas station or not. I don't think so. What so, but anyways, yeah. Well, let's see. There's a few people here. Oh, Eddie Booger, what's up, man? I'm about ready to try to turn this thing. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm going against the grain, big time, or with the grain or something. But it's kind of chipping away. Let's see what happens. I think my tool was a little dull. I just got through sharpening and put a little edge on it. Hopefully it'll work. I'm gonna make another little candle holder. These are just remnant pieces I glued together, and see if they hope they don't blow apart on me, because the way I've got them glued together, they're kind of, I don't have the grain. I kind of going with the grain, which is maybe not a good idea. I don't know. It's kind of peeled off, so hopefully I can. Once I get it rounded off, it'll be okay. And I'm gonna put one of these little candle things in here. I'll bore it out and put it inside. It'll look kind of cute. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Nothing gained, nothing lost. But so yeah, just remnant pieces. Well, you can see the grain. Grain's kind of going this way, then this way, and so. And then I think my tools are a little dull, so I might have just peeled it off rather than kind of. So I'm gonna have to go real slow with it. Maybe I can get it down once I get it to the circumference and the like a dowel rod shape. You know. Anyway, you just gotta play around with it until you get it. Well, let me get cracking on this again. We'll get cracking. Yeah, only one way to find out is do it, man. Only one way to do it is to do it, Let's see what happens. Let's just go with it. If it blows apart, that's okay. Yeah, better. Yeah, it's getting there. Took a little chip out of there. That's all right. It's a flat spot too, also. So, yeah, man. Well, you is. Hang in there with me. I'm gonna try to get this rounded off and see what happens. If I can get it rounded off without any major chips out, we should be good to go. We'll see. Hey, we're getting there. Okay, Eddie. Thank you for coming by. Yeah, you too, man. Y'all be good. Yeah, yesterday when I was on, I said I played back my yesterday's live, and I said a couple things wrong. Someone asked me how long I've been doing this. So I told them I bought my lathe in 2000. That was totally wrong. I bought it in 2020. I'd only been in February of 2020 is when I bought it. I didn't buy it in 2000. I totally played it back, and I go, I can't believe I said that. But so I've had it for about 15 months, but I've been off and on it. I probably only do this for about an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, so I don't do it constantly all day long. I have a win. I have a win, and I like it. It's a small one, but I bought the extension piece, which cost me $107. It's a total of 40 some inches long now. Let's see. Where's my tape measure? Originally, it would be about 24 inches from here to the end, and I added that other piece to it, so it's a total of about 40. You see, about 48 inches. So you can turn a baseball bat or a spindle, rolling pins, stuff like that. You might be able to turn a rolling pin without the extension, but I got it because I wanted to make little baseball bats for my grandsons. And I did do that. There's a reveal of 3 little bats I made. My grandsons that live here. So yeah, I'm glad I bought the other piece, the extension. But you know, you can do that later. You don't have to get it right away. But yeah, yeah. You know, you'll just buy things as you go. You know, Eddie Rankin, is that your name? I'm just trying to say hi to these different people. Yeah, I have a win tabletop. I have a tabletop. It's the you know, in order to change the speed, you got to just take the belt off the pulley and move it around. And it don't take but a few minutes. It's kind of a pain, but it's easy. It takes a minute or two. It's not hard. You'll figure it out. So awesome. You're gonna have fun. You know, like I said, sit down, get on YouTube, and just watch these guys. What tool they use, how they manipulate the tool, what wood they're using. All woods are different. I love, like I think I told you yesterday, I love walnut. It carves out really beautifully. Love that stuff. Uh, for me, that was the best one so far. But there's a lot of exotic woods are just extremely dense wood, hard, 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 and it's tough to climb into. Awesome. A Vietnam brother. Well, how you doing, bud? I appreciate you coming in. The troubadour, the outlaw troubadour. I don't know if I've seen you on here before. I know you were friends, but I'm doing great. It's early here in Phoenix, Arizona. It's 3:40, and I've been up forever. And I kind of chimed in on this thing a little bit after 3, I think. And I'm just making something simple. Making a little candle holder. I'm going to recess that in. This is some remnant pieces I glued together off of a bowl, and this is a I'm sorry, yellow heart. What did I say earlier? Yeah, this is yellow heart. What did I say? Did I say canary wood? I hope I didn't say that. If I did, I was wrong. This is yellow heart. Pieces of that. 4 pieces I glued together to make one little cylinder, and I'm gonna recess that in there to make a little candle holder. No waste, right? But yeah. Let me let me chitty chat for a minute while we're at it. I buy my wood here in town. I don't know if you have a place where you can go get exotic woods. You probably do somewhere. Maybe you have to go to another town. I don't know. I there, like I've said before, there's a place called Woodworker's Source where I get my exotics, and they have also you know, American wood too, like Home Depot and whatnot. But what a great variety! Stuff is pretty pricey. But there again, they have, when you walk up to the building, they have some bins that they roll outside of some remnants. And that's what I usually buy, some remnants, some short pieces of this. And it kind of, I get a few things, different woods. And then I cut them and maybe laminate them together, whatnot, depending on how thick they are. But I get my other wood out now. Home Depot out here carry poplar, mahogany, maple, red, oak, red oak, and let's see what else do they carry. And then they have some little pieces of walnut. I'm sorry, yeah, walnut, but it's so expensive. It's like crazy. I know things have gone up because of this supposedly shortage of lumber, which is not true. It's a lie. I think everybody knows it. We're being played. We made 94% of the M16s. Hmm, awesome. Well, welcome home, brother. Outlaw Troubadour. We all made it back, man. But, yeah. Crazy. 80-90% of the M16, yeah. But, yeah, this is coming. I think I'm gonna be okay. I got a couple flat spots I'm gonna whittle out. I think it's gonna be all right. You know, like I said, just 4 pieces glued together. I thought I'd take a chance to make use of this wood. Okay, buddy. Have a good day, Lawrence, man. Have a great day, and be careful on that forklift. But yeah, I got a little flat spot here, and then I'll sand it, then I'll bore it out. It won't take long. I don't know if I'm going to put any grooves in it. I might just keep it real simple. We'll see. We'll see. I got a little spot here I need to get out, but and a flat spot there. But yeah, it's going to survive. I don't think it's going to blow apart on me. I hope not. Anyways, it might when I bore it out. I don't know. But I'm going to have it on a chuck, so it should hold it quite well. All right, talk to y'all later, Lawrence, man. See you tomorrow, maybe. I'm finding I kind of like coming out here early in the morning because there's a lot of people that come in and pop out, but it's okay. Yeah, okay. I hope I'm not missing anybody. I looks like there's a couple of people here. Looks like still, and but I want to get popping on here again. I'm going to move this up a little bit and smooth it out a little bit here. Let's see what we got here. Let me get my face on. Yeah. Hello, good morning, people. Have a little drink of water, get some of this dust out of my mouth. Huh? Well. Looks like we got 3 people. How you doing? Yo mama. Some of these names, you know. Some of these names are kind of funny. Huh? They're popping in, popping out. Got 1 person left. Now I got 2. It's hard to tell, you know. That little number up here, you know, sometimes it's deceiving. A lot of people are there. It only shows you have 2. You actually have 4 or 5, whatever. But I follow back. 8. Well, okay. Very good. You too, man. All right, so. Well, I'm going to sand a little bit on this thing. Sand her down. I'm making a little candle holder out of some 4 little pieces of wood I glued together, some remnants of stuff I cut off, and it's yellow heart wood, and I'm going to recess that in the end here and make a little candle holder. Something simple. That's what I'm doing. Thank you for asking, but that's what's going to go in there. Yeah. One of these, I don't know if you can see the light or not. It's flickering, believe it or not. It's kind of cute. I made a few of these. They make great gifts. I'm just making this because I ain't got nothing else to do. And yeah, I got to get a little spot out of there. See what happens. One little spot I've got to carve out. I thought I got it, but I didn't. One little nick or something. Let's see if I can get that out. I'll get it out. One little nicker in there. A little nicker. Nick, 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 nick. Well, hello, this guy lays. How y'all doing? Okay. Well, well, well. Hey, hey. Looking all right. Appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. It's like I have 5 people. How y'all doing? Good morning. I'm Ed. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm just making a little candle holder. I'm about ready to put this on a chuck so I could hold it on here, then bore this out to put this little candle in it. Boop. Like so. Kind of cool. Just scrap wood. That's all it is. I just save it. And so far, so good. This is Yellow Heart. 4 pieces of wood. They are, I don't know if you can see where I glued it together. There's 1, 2 pieces, 1, 2 pieces, 4 together. And I'm going to recess it. Make a little candle holder. Maybe put some polyurethane on it. I don't know if you can see it. It's called Yellow Heart. Nice wood. I made a bowl out of it, and these are just the remnant pieces I cut off of it. So that's right. Pretty cool. Don't throw nothing away. Save it. Keep it. Find something to do with it. Oh, man. Put my bore bit on my chuck here. What the heck? I want to hang up on me. Here we go. Oh, something ain't right. Something broke off here. I have to get my other chuck out. Hang on. My little chuck, something got messed up on that. That's alright, I'll fix it later. Why you want to have more than one chuck? That was a small one, this is a larger one. Snug it down a little bit there. Make sure I get that centered out pretty well. Alright. Hello, NH Woodworker. It's Bill, right? If I got your name right, Bill? I think your name's Bill. Am I correct on that? Hope so. I hope I don't got you mixed up. Try to remember everybody. I tried. I try to remember the people that mostly pop in all the time. Yeah, I thought so. I'm surprised I remember stuff like that. I got Will, Bill, and Jesse. You guys watch a lot, so I appreciate you. But I think I'm about ready to bore this out, so I can drop this little candle holder thing, or this little candle. What do they call them? Teacup candles. Drop it in there. See what happens. We'll see what happens. It's snug. I'm gonna have to sand it out a little bit. Oh. I gotta go a little bit more. Gotta go a little bit more. Oh, hey, Bill, you got a lathe, didn't you? I believe you did, and then I think William said you sent it back because it was too small or something. Is that correct? What's the update on your lathe? I think you're the one that was getting a lathe. I try to remember stuff, but I'm old, feeble mind. Oh, okay. Okay, gonna take. I remember you're gonna take a class too. Yeah, awesome. I like I said, I think I told you I didn't even know if they had classes. That's pretty cool. Can always learn something from everybody. Trying to waller it out a little bit so I don't have to sand it so much. So it's going to be a little tight. I don't want to get it stuck in there. I won't be able to get it out. Voila. What do you think? It's called Yellow Heart. Remnants of the pieces I cut off that bowl before I turned it. Just the corner pieces. Yeah. Yeah, William said you'd send it back because it was too small, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. What do you think? That didn't take long. Of course, I've been chitty chatting with people and stopping and whatnot. But, yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't have the little light on, but I got a new battery on it. I stuck it in there. Just 4 little pieces I glued together off that bowl that I didn't make any waste at all in that bowl. When you spend $30 or more for a little piece of wood that's 2 inches thick, 8 inches in square, and then you cut the corners off to kind of take some of the meat off of it before you start spinning it, and kind of looks like a hexagon or whatever it is. And but I don't have any finish on it. I think I'll put some poly on it, polyurethane. I like the mini wax. I think I showed you guys yesterday. I like this. It works for me. The Varthane is a little thicker. I like this. This goes on real thin, and it dries pretty quick. But that's what I like to use. So I'll probably put a little poly on it. Probably want a cracker on it. I like it. Turned out better than I thought. I'm not going to put no grooves in. I'm just going to leave it simple. I'll add it to the bowl. Thank you. Appreciate it. See? Little things like that. When you get in your lathe, that make fast, quick gifts like pencil holders. I made a lot of those. People love those. Fast and furious, 5 inches tall, maybe 3 inches in diameter, and you carve it out however you want. And you can use remnants of pieces of wood, but this was just 4 little pieces of wood that I stuck together. You can see where it's spliced together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't go to waste, man. Don't throw nothing out. And if you can make 3 candles, it's kind of nice to make 2 little shorter ones, but I didn't have enough to do that with this kind of wood. I had to bring this in. Someone had it in Texas, and I bought it from them on eBay because I wanted some yellow heart. I thought it was pretty cool. And they didn't have it at Woodworker Source where I buy my exotic woods. They didn't have any yellow heart. So here it is. Pieces that I saved did not go to waste. And the thing about it, like I said, make great gifts. If you want to have little gifts for Christmas, little simple little things, little cup holders, some candles holders. For Christmas, people like putting candles around, and so that's what I came up with. Voila. But appreciate it. It's like there's 4 people here. Well, yeah. You just figure it out. Like I said, I keep all the little pieces I cut off are over there, and some of them are big enough to glue together. They're triangles, glue together, and make more candle holders. I've got 2 over there. I think it's going to be big enough for me to glue together, and then spin it, and then bore it out for the little candle. So, and that's that wood that I just turned that bowl yesterday. It's called Shedua. Shedua. It's over there. I've got another coat of poly on it, and I might put 1 more coat of polyurethane on it, and then before I do my reveal, it dries pretty quick. So I got it sitting over there and drying it away from the dust, sort of. Oh man, I hope your phone keeps shutting down. Okay, sorry about that. I had that problem, and with my battery. It said it was charged up, but it was my battery. I bought one online, and bingo, that's what it was. So it'll say, yeah, it's 100% charged. All of a sudden, boom. As soon as you unplug it from the charger, it shuts off. So I called the outfit that I have my phone service, and they went through it. They didn't figure it out. I had to figure it out, and I did. So here it is. What kind of lathe are you getting, you think? Okay, you bought a new battery also. You have any idea what you want to get? I think mine's just a little tabletop win. So far, I'm liking it. It works for me. I think I told you I bought the extended piece, make it longer. So, yeah, that's nice. But, yeah, I'll put some polyurethane on it later. I'm not going to mess with it too much right now. But, There it is. It's about 3/4 inch down. This one's a 3/4 inch. They do make candles a little bit shorter, different styles, but this one's about 3/4 inch. So I just had to bore it out, make it as flush as I possibly could. But I sanded it down a little bit to waller it out, just to let it slip in a little bit better, so you can get it out without pulling this little piece apart. A Laguna. Oh, I'm not familiar with that one brand, but hey, whatever works for you, right? That's awesome. I think you'll like it. You know, it's like anything else. Once you get into it and you get creative, if you're a creative person, an artistic person in some way, that your mind just starts creating it. If you can create it here, you can make it physically. Typically, that's what I always do. I always try to imagine it in my mind, and then I try to pull it off, you know. But pretty awesome. Appreciate you guys coming by this morning. I was up early, like I was yesterday. I think I like coming out here early in the morning and doing this, rather than, you know, the more people are here. A Laguna. I'll have to check that out. A Laguna Flame. Okay. That's pretty cool. Put some water on my cooler. Yeah, so far I've had a pretty good connection on my end. I think I think it was once it had a glitch, but that was earlier on, about an hour ago probably. Because I've been on here for about an hour, over an hour and a half, about since 3 o'clock, a tad afterwards. So I've been here right at an hour and a half. Normally, if I wasn't, okay, the 250, okay, yeah, 2,500. Is that the model, or is that how much it cost? But I always tell people, start slow unless you really know you're going to be into it. You know, I bought I bought the small one because it's of my space. You know, I know if I got a big one, I'd have to probably get rid of this workbench here that I've got it sitting on to make room. Oh wow! Oh, you're getting into it. That's cool. I mean, I wish I could do that, but I'm for what I do, and I'm not in the business. This works really good for me, and I'm grateful to have it. You know, I'm grateful just to be able to have something like this. You know, got to be grateful. You can't focus in on what you don't have. Focus in on what you do have. You know, and be grateful. You know, when I was growing up, we didn't have a lot. 6 kids, man. 3 boys in one bedroom and 3 girls in the other bedroom. My mom and dad in the other one. And we lived in a small little house. You know, 1 bath house, kitchen, dining room, living room. That's it. A single carport, garage. Not even a garage. Single carport. That's all we had. But you know, you don't really know how, if you want to call it poor. I mean, we always had food, you know, we had a roof over our head, but in compared to some people, we didn't have a lot, but you don't know it when you're a kid. You just go outside and play and have a good time, you know. Wow, that's nice. Well, I'm sure that'll work for you very well. And I'm happy for you. I can't wait to see some of your work um, when it comes time for you to start turning. You know, but like I said, I made a couple of mistakes yesterday. I think I said this earlier in the beginning of. Somebody asked me how long I've been doing this. I said, well, I bought my lathe in 2000. That was not true. That was wrong. I bought it in 2020. I've had it for about a year and 5 months, but I'm not on it every day. And then when I am, I'm only on it an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. You know, and I don't do it every day, you know. But so I made a mistake on that. Then I realized I was talking about some woods that have oil in it. So if you use a polyurethane, which has an oil base, I said to get lacquer with an oil base. That's not right. Lacquer is an alcohol base, because if you put an oil base on like wood, like Padauk, African Padauk, and rosewood has a lot of oil in it, it stays tacky forever and it won't dry. And so don't use an oil base on some woods. You'll learn that. Just the way it is. So my buddy Larry that makes those drums, I don't know if you saw that little 1 minute video. I displayed some of his drums on there that he makes, and he makes beautiful snare drums. He's a professional drummer too. And the guy builds these drums, makes the hulls, and he makes out of exotic woods. He's got one all glued up now with nothing but walnut. It's going to be beautiful. And but he's the one that told me about that, about the oil and the wood. Didn't know anything about that because I'm a rookie, you know. So just be careful. Test your wood too. If you're going to use a poly, test it on a remnant piece or something. See if it stays tacky for a long time. It don't dry within a couple hours, because that stuff I use is pretty fast drying in a non-humid environment. So if you have a humid environment, try to take it inside, or where it's, you know, the moisture is obviously not there, you know, so it'll dry quicker. So yeah, you'll learn, you know. It's a process, man. You know, I had one bowl that one I made out of Padauk, and I had a piece of rosewood that someone gave me, and I put it on the bottom. It was black on the bottom, which is kind of real dark. Rosewood is real dark. And then I used that Padauk, and I put polyurethane on it. It stayed tacky forever. Didn't know it, you know, but you learn. And there again, I talked to my buddy Larry about it, and he uses Padauk on some of his drum. He made a drum with nothing but Purple Heart. He splices things together with different exotics. He just did one that he had a special order. The guy wanted a zebra wood, and he turned it. It's beautiful, man. That thing turned out nice. And I didn't show that on there because he just made that within the last week or so. And I did post his drums. If you look back on some of my 1 minute videos, you'll see the drums that he makes. Incredible. That like I said, he's been drumming all of his life. We grew up together. I've known him since I was 6 years old. I'm 70. He's in his late 60s. I think he's about 68, 69. I've known that family. We grew up in the same neighborhood, same school, same high school, same everything. Best men at each other's weddings. So, but he lives in California now. Unfortunately, I wish he still lived here with us, but he don't, you know. But yeah, you got to check out some of my past 1 minute videos and check out those drums that he made. He's got his own logo. His last name is Archer, and great guy. He's just the humblest, good old boy, everybody's buddy, you know, kind of guy. He's has no ego. But he played professional here in town for Yever. Played with the lead guitar player was named Mike Torres. Mike looks just like Santana and plays just like him. He does a lot of tributes to Santana. His name is Mike Torres. If you look up Evil Ways, it's Evil Ways with a Z, Ways, something like that. Yeah. If you saw him, you'd think he was Santana. Great guitar player. But that's just one of the guys he played with through the years for like 26 years. So yeah, that was a very popular band here in Arizona at one time for many, many years. You know, that was the top rock and roll and other stuff, you know, dance band. But yeah, probably should shut this thing down here. But glad you guys stuck around with me for a while. More people are popping in and popping out. I got 3 people here with me, maybe more. I don't think. Now I got 4. Well, like I said, I've had people coming in and coming out. So stop, say hi, let me know where you're from. You know, but yeah, I've had a couple of people stick with me for a while. You're always good, Bill. Appreciate you staying with me, Bill. And then a new guy named Lawrence. He lives in the same town of my son in Schenectady, New York. It's an upstate town. I never heard of it. Yeah, appreciate it. You have a good day too. But I'm gonna probably pop off here, go in, and My wife should be up about like 5 my time and 5:30 ish. I'm gonna make her up some coffee. I might be ready for another cup myself. But God bless America. God bless all of you, and I appreciate you. And probably need to clean up my mess here a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna chime off here and let's check my bowls if it needs ready. I don't think it's ready for another coat yet of polyurethane, that bowl. Then I'll do a reveal on that bowl I made yesterday. Actually, I've been working on it for the last 2 days, but I spread it out. Usually I can knock one out about an hour and a half of not stopping, talking, and yakking. All right, y'all be good. Y'all be praying for our country, man. We need it. Seriously, we need to do some serious praying for our country. I figured you all know that. So God bless all of you. I'll talk to you soon.